What's going on, everybody? It's Jay here from Nerd Takes, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about an update we got from Marvel this week in their movie Blade. So, a few months back, I had done a video on how Blade had lost its second director and was basically headed back to square one. Now, if you've been paying attention to the Blade movie story at all, then you'd know this isn't the first time the movie's gone back to square one. And frankly, it's had a very hard time getting anywhere away from square one in the first place. Now, some of the dysfunction we've heard about is rumors, and some of it is fact. For example, some of the rumors we've been hearing is that there's been total script rewrites, that for one draft of the movie, it was supposed to be more about Blade's daughter than him, and even things like the star of the movie not being very happy with the lack of progress in getting this movie going. But again, that stuff's just been rumors and things like that. But the factual things that we do know are that two directors have left the project. They've gone through many different writers for the script, and it's made zero progress in getting off the ground. Well, today we got a little bit more news on it, and it sounds like nowhere is exactly where it's going to continue to be. Reports are that Marvel is pulling Blade from its release date, further cementing it into this state of production limbo. And if I'm being honest, I can't see how this could really surprise anybody. For some reason or another, which I've yet to be able to understand, Marvel has not been able to get any progress made with this movie. I mean, not for nothing, but the blueprint's already been laid out there with the Wesley Snipes movies, which people still love to this day. So it really shouldn't be that hard to figure out. And the next point I'm going to make is a little bit of a spoiler for Deadpool and Wolverine. So if you still haven't seen that one yet, you may want to skip ahead a little bit in the video. Just a fair warning. But the interesting thing is now they've actually used Wesley Snipes' Blade in the MCU. So the fact that they can't come up with their own version of him is even more confusing. I mean, the whole thing's become such a joke that Blade actually even makes a joke about it in the Deadpool movie. Now, there's been a ton of speculation as to why they've run into so many issues to this point, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more speculation on why they're deciding to put the movie on hold. But in my personal opinion, I honestly think it's pretty simple. The movie was announced going into Phase 4 of Marvel, and at this point, I believe even Kevin Feige himself has admitted that Phase 4 of Marvel just did not work. The storytelling to me is the biggest thing to look at as to why Phase 4 didn't work. The stories in Phase 4 on the whole just weren't well written. In my opinion, they not only didn't do justice to source material, but they barely were able to keep continuity with things that had already been established in the MCU. And then you had just fundamentally bad writing issues in terms of things like logic, dialogue that was horrendous. The whole phase was really just a mess. And it's one thing to do that with characters that they chose to use who aren't very popular. It's another thing to do it with a character like Blade, which I think may have had something to do with why they were just never able to really get a script together for the movie. But of course, that's just my speculation, and I have no way to know that that's right. Now, fast forwarding to where we are now, after the release of Deadpool and Wolverine and the success that it saw, I'm pretty sure Marvel has a better understanding of what they could do with Blade and what they should do with Blade, which is much more important. And to me, what they should do is do it right or don't do it at all. And I know that sounds rather simple, but that's because it is. This doesn't have to be difficult. Blade is a vampire hunter. Make a vampire hunter movie. I don't understand why we're trying to reinvent the wheel here. But here we are now, the movie's on hold, and who knows if it ever gets made. Honestly, at this point, I'm not even sure if I want it to because the people in charge of it have shown that they have no idea what they're doing. But for now, we'll just have to wait and see if this new version of Blade ever gets the chance to walk the day in the MCU. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be back again soon.